Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Some exciting news for churchgoers in Minnesota. President Donald Trump announcing today that churches nationwide could open their doors for in-person services. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie spoke with churches in the Valley who say Sunday can't come soon enough.
You know, what difference are...
Live stream and drive-up church services may soon be a thing of the past. While North Dakotans got the green light weeks ago, Minnesotans are getting antsy. With the president declaring churches open nationwide, there's a renewed sense of excitement at Walworth Baptist Church in Ulen.
Our goal certainly would be to have them back in this Sunday. And it will look differently there, that's for sure.
Several other churches in the state, like St. Francis Catholic Church, say they can't wait to welcome everybody back inside. But before they can do so, there's still a lot that needs to be done. Churches have to follow CDC guidelines, limiting capacity, social distancing, and sanitizing before opening their doors.
I think it boils down to what is the purpose of church. We can worship at home, we can worship the way we have, but I think if you follow the Bible example, they worship together.
There's been great steps, like you said, with technology to try and feel as connected as possible, but it's nothing beats the real thing.
Joe Hendricks says he's been going to Sunday Mass at St. Anthony's in Fargo for the last 2 weeks, adding he's thankful those across the river will be able to do the same soon.
There's kind of the question of, should we sit here and wait for more head churches to open? We don't necessarily want to jump across the river and just start going to a different one. So I know there's been a lot of relief.
In the FM area, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Churches around the Valley are still encouraging you to use discretion before venturing out. A newly created task force is working on guidelines to help long-term care facilities slowly open back up in North Dakota. Chairman Chris Larson says their first meeting next Tuesday. He is hopeful that they can come up with ideas and have them finalized to send to Governor Doug Burgum's office by the end of the meeting.
Initially, we want to begin by introducing them back to congregate dining and activities, and then quickly move into how do we safely bring families back into the nursing home.
Larson adds he's not sure what the guidelines for visitations will be, as there are a lot of factors and data to take into consideration. But he does say he's hopeful families and residents will be reunited soon. North Dakota is requesting a presidential major disaster declaration for widespread spring flooding. The damage to roads and other public infrastructure is estimated at more than $40 million. The request follows an executive order from Governor Doug Burgum, which was issued April 24th, declaring a statewide flood emergency. The request covers 21 counties, including Cass and Grand Forks counties.
There's nothing there on this CARE 19 story because there's there. I mean, I'll just stop there.
North Dakota is preparing to launch another contact tracing app for COVID-19 as criticism for its current app is continuing to get louder. The governor today defending what's out there now, saying user data is being protected. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay explains what the governor had to say and the new app on its way.
Governor Doug Burgum responded swiftly to the criticisms of the CARE 19 app.
I'm smiling because it's unusual that the app that has no commercial benefit, no data to sell, and has no data to share is the one that's being scrutinized.
The blowback came from privacy app developer Jumbo Privacy, which said the CARE 19 app was sharing users' location data with several third parties, including to those who may expose it to advertisers. Burgum says the CARE 19 app's intentions were always clear and transparent.
We could have done a better job of updating the specificity in the privacy policy that explained how data was coming one way from Foursquare to the app.
North Dakota Department of Health is still going to use the CARE 19 app, and Burgum says that a second app, CARE 19 Exposure, is coming in a few weeks.
Which will utilize the also completely private Bluetooth technology that's coming from Apple and Google. That will again provide an opportunity for you to be notified if you've been exposed without you giving up any of your personal information.
Tim Brookins, designer of the app and CEO of Proud Crowd, said in a statement to Valley News Live that Jumbo Privacy is wrong and his app protects users' information. In Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
Governor Burgum also thanked those using the Care19 app, saying that they are helping the economy restart. There's been another death in North Dakota linked to coronavirus. A man in his 80s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. He's the 52nd death in the state. 39 of those deaths are because of the virus. 7 patients died with COVID-19, and 6 death records are still pending. 41 people who died were residents of Cass County. Overall, another 90 positive tests were reported today, bringing the state's active case number to 860. Nearly 600 of those cases are here in Cass County. 39 North Dakotans with the virus are currently hospitalized. Minnesota is reporting 33 more deaths linked to COVID-19. The total now stands at 842. There are 813 more confirmed cases, bringing Minnesota's active case number to 5,467. 534 patients are currently in the hospital, 233 of those in ICU. More than 12,000 people who have tested positive are now listed as no longer needing isolation. 2 individuals working on the campus of Minnesota State University Moorhead have tested positive for COVID-19. MSUM says the individuals were last on campus Tuesday, May 12th, and yesterday, May 21st. The company says all people who worked in close proximity with those who tested positive have been notified.
Yes, the motion has been approved and passed to cancel the 2020 Minnesota State Fair.
The Minnesota State Fair Board making that decision late this afternoon due to concerns about COVID-19. The last time the Minnesota State Fair was canceled was back in 1946. That was due to the polio epidemic. The fair issued a statement saying that 2020 gate admission tickets will be valid for the 2021 fair. State Fair staff said that there were more options to explore, but social distancing would be just too difficult to deal with. There were also concerns about employees and volunteers, many of whom fall into higher risk categories for COVID-19. The 45th annual Downtown Street Fair in Fargo has been postponed. The new dates have been set Thursday, August 13th through Saturday, August 15th of this year. Street fair vendors do say that they've contacted some vendors and they are still trying to determine if there are enough vendors available on the new dates to hold the event. All community events put on by the West Fargo Park District have been canceled through July 15th. There is some good news to report, though, as Rusted Recreation Center and Veterans Memorial Arena will reopen on Tuesday. Of course, there's going to be a number of new safety precautions in place. The facilities will limit capacity, operate under new hours, and some portions of those facilities will remain closed. To see the full details on the reopenings, find this story on the VNL News app. I have to give a big shout out to the many people who were willing to donate to the Valley News Live virtual food drive over the past several weeks. We got word late this afternoon, which happened to be the last day of the food drive, that we did in fact surpass our goal of raising $30,000. Your generosity will go a long way in helping the Great Plains Food Bank in their efforts to provide food to those in need. Once again, thanks so much. Flags are already flying at half-staff in North Dakota and Minnesota. They will be through the weekend to honor those who lost their lives to COVID-19. The directive, first brought on by President Trump, will expire at sundown on Sunday. And then the following day, Memorial Day, of course, flags will be at half-staff to honor those who gave their lives. Many schools around the country have not had graduation ceremonies for their students, but Sacred Heart High School in East Grand Forks held a very unique graduation this afternoon. It was held outdoors, in cars, next to the school. We want to congratulate all members of the 2020 class across our area.